everyone, my name is Regan. Welcome.
And my name is Milana, and we are so glad that you've joined us today.
And I'm so excited because today we're heading on a new adventure to Babylon.
Babylon? My mom says that I babble on all the time. I mean, I can talk about anything for hours. Like this one time, I talked for 20 minutes straight. I'm not even sure that I took a breath. The words just kept coming to me and they just pour out of my mouth. I can't even help
What? No. You've got it wrong.
Oh, no. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, boy, do I know stuff. I just share all my knowledge with everyone that I meet. Like, did you know in 2014, McDonald's created bubblegum flavored broccoli? Amazing. Needless to say, it wasn't a hit.
Bubblegum flavor? Okay.
Yeah.
You're getting way off track here. Just stop talking.
Oh man, you'll never guess what happened to me at a stop sign the other day. Get this. I saw a dog dressed up like a lion. It was a dog dressed like a cat. How funny is that?
Okay, seriously, I'm trying to tell the kids about our lesson today, and you keep going off course.
I was just babbling on, like you said.
Well, our lesson isn't about babbling on. It's about Babylon. That's a place.
Oh, a place? Like a city?
Yes, God's people, the Israelites, were taken captive by the Babylonians, and Nebuchadnezzar was their king. But Daniel and his friends still wanted to follow God, even though it wasn't easy. And today, we're going to hear about one of their adventures. Let's check it out.
Well, that sounds great.
Jehoiakim had been king of Judah for only 3 years when the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, attacked Jerusalem. King Nebuchadnezzar conquered the holy city and took many sacred objects from the temple and took them home with him to add to the treasures kept in the house of the king's false god. In addition to the sacred treasures, the conquering army took many prisoners along with them when they left Jerusalem. King Nebuchadnezzar commanded his chief of staff to bring into his palace young captives who could serve in his court. These young men needed to be strong, healthy, good-looking, and well-educated. To show his favor to these young men and to keep them well-fed, the king ordered that they receive food and wine each day that was prepared in his royal kitchens. Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were 4 of the young men chosen, all of whom were from the tribe of Judah. The chief of staff renamed them with Babylonian names. Daniel was called Belteshazzar, Hananiah was called Shadrach, Mishael was called Meshach, and Azariah was called Abednego. Even though Daniel was selected to serve King Nebuchadnezzar, he wouldn't eat the food from the king's kitchens because it was forbidden by God. To refuse the king's goodwill was a bold and potentially dangerous move for Daniel, but the chief of staff liked him. While he was willing to let Daniel eat different food, he worried that this diet would cause Daniel to become unhealthy. He said to Daniel, "The king will kill me if you get weak and sick." Daniel spoke with the attendant who had been appointed by the chief of staff to look after Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. "Please test us for 10 days on a diet of vegetables and water," Daniel said. "At the end of the 10 days, see how we look compared to the other young men who are eating the king's food. Then make your decision in light of what you see." The attendant agreed to Daniel's suggestion and tested them for 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, Daniel and his 3 friends looked healthier and stronger than the other young men who had been eating the king's food. After this, the attendant fed the 4 young men only vegetables and water. Because the young men's decision honored God's law, the Lord blessed them with wisdom and understanding. Daniel was given the special ability to interpret dreams. When the training period ordered by the king was completed, the chief of staff brought all the young men to King Nebuchadnezzar. No one impressed the king as much as Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, so they were brought into the royal service. Whenever the king consulted them in any matter requiring wisdom and balanced judgment, he found them 10 times more capable than any of the magicians and enchanters in his entire kingdom.
Wow, imagine being Daniel and his friends. They wanted to obey God by following all the laws that he gave them about what foods to eat. But the king was serving them food that they would have no idea how it was prepared. And very likely it wasn't going to follow the food standards God had set for his people.
That's right, and Daniel didn't want to make it a big deal. He simply wanted to follow God, so he asked if he could eat something else. But the chief official was afraid that he would get blamed, and Daniel trusted God, so that's why he set up the test.
Isn't it great how God provided for them with all the nutrients they needed just through vegetables and water? They were being careful to follow God's commands for their nation. Wait, does this mean that I'm only supposed to eat vegetables?
Nope. God gave us the animals to eat, and when Jesus came, he fulfilled the law, which meant God's people no longer had to follow all the rules about their food. Vegetables are good for you, but this story isn't to teach us about eating our vegetables. It's to show us that God makes things possible when we are faithful to him, even things that seem impossible. And this story also shows us that even though it was difficult for Daniel and his friends, they still found a way to follow God and do what he said.
That's right. And even though Daniel and his friends were in a difficult spot and they risked not being as big and strong as the others, they trusted God more. They knew that God is in charge of everything, which means that he would take care of them. And he did. The king saw that Daniel and his friends looked even better than everyone else. Hey, that reminds me of our new memory verse. Let's say it together. It goes like this. You are the God who does miracles. You show your power among the nations. Psalm 77:14. Let's say it again. You ready? You are the God who does miracles. You show your power among the nations. Psalm 77:14. When I'm faithful to what God has called me to do, God makes things possible. Our bottom line for today is, when I am faithful, God makes things possible. I'm going to say the first part, and I want you to shout out the second. Let's try it together. When I am faithful,
God makes things possible.
Great job.
This has been a fun adventure learning together today, friends. See you next time. Bye.
You were before time, and you'll be when it ends. You have no beginning and no end. Your word will endure without change. shining brighter than the sun. We're lighting up the world for everyone. And no, we're never quitting, never done. We're only getting brighter and brighter. So raise one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Oh, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, maybe it used to be little, but now it's a wildfire. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Can't shut it down, can't blow it out, can't hide it now. It's shining around the world and getting hotter now. So throw your light up, come on, raise it higher. We're gonna start a fire, it's only getting brighter. So burn bright in the night for the world to see. This little light is bringing change and it starts with me. One head high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Oh, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine.
Hi, friends. My name is Miss Leanne. So excited to see you. Now, at Children's Ministry, we can show God's love to others by using our loaves and fishes dollars. You all have an opportunity to get loaves and fishes dollars 3 ways. First, you can bring a new friend to church, or you can invite them to watch online with you. Second, you can memorize your Bible verse for the month and say it to an adult or your leader. Third, you can read your Bible at least 3 times a week and tell the grown-up in your house or your leader that you did it. If you're watching online, your grown-up can fill out an online form and our team will track how many loaves and fishes dollars are in your account. And if you're in person, you can just tell your leader and get your loaves and fishes dollars right away. The Bible tells an amazing story about one boy who gave his lunch to Jesus so that he could multiply it and feed 5,000 people. Jesus can do the same with all the loaves and fishes dollars that you collect. Now, every dollar can be used to help someone either here in Calgary, in Canada, or another country in the whole wide world. Remember, it is always better to give than to receive. Now, at the end of every month, the Loaves and Fishes store will be open for you to be able to use your Loaves and Fishes dollars. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask your children's staff person. We believe in supporting other organizations through our offering, and we are supporting an organization called Next Step Ministries. They provide a safe place for women to stay. These ladies have had struggles, and they don't have a place to live. Our offering money will help provide towels and bedding and pillows for these women who are hoping to get a new start and now have a place to call home. Next Step is also a special place where they can get to know Jesus and He can heal their hearts. If you have your offering, you can go ahead and put it in the offering container right now. Thanks for listening, friends.